Federal Aviation Administration investigators determined that a 35-pound metal pipe that struck and damaged a car parked on the Maine State Pier came from a tugboat, not an airplane, as officers from the Portland Police Department initially believed. According to police, it appeared at the time that the object may have fallen from a plane based on the extent of the damage, which included a shattered rear window and dented liftgate. The FAA was notified and conducted an investigation, and the agency determined the pipe broke off from a tie-down cleat on a nearby tugboat. Neither the FAA nor the Portland Police Department provided any further details about how the pipe came off the tugboat. No one was hurt by that fallen pipe.